For many gaming fans, Let's Drown Out wasn't just a podcast, it was a ritual. Long before video essays became algorithm friendly, and before every opinion needed a thumbnail with a shocked face, Yahtzee, Croshaw and Gabe Morton sat down, talked about video games, and somehow turned friendly chaos into one of the most beloved discussion series on the internet. So in this video, I'm taking a look back at the Let's Drown Out series, why it worked so well, and why so many of us still listen back to it years later.
Team print. Gabriel is a knob.
Well, how you spell
20,
knob.
go to 10. Run. Well, I don't think you can say fairer than that. Hello, everyone.
That's not how you spell knob. Simple things, man. It's good to be able to enjoy simple pleasures.
Well, yes. Like a good honest wank.
Fucking A.
For years, Let's Drown Out wasn't just a podcast.
Christ, what the hell did I drink last night?
It was two mates talking while slowly realising they were profoundly incompatible in very specific and very funny ways.
I used to count syllables when I was younger, and there was like almost 2 years where I'd pre-count the syllables and sentences I was about to say, and everything was 10 syllables long.
Did you?
Yes.
How many syllables are in this?
I don't know.
Gabriel, you're a fat arse.
7.
Very good.
And that's why it's worked. A real friendship being stress-tested by opinion, ego, and the absolute inability to just let a point go. The one who'd rather burn the village down than admit they might be ever so slightly wrong. And I loved the show because it felt dangerous. Not in a dramatic scandal way, but in that quiet conversational sense when you're constantly thinking, ooh, that was a bit sharp. We've all had that one mate.
He was gonna breathe fire, he was rearing back his neck. What the fuck do you think he was gonna do?
Sometimes he shoots a fireball, sometimes he shoots a narrow band, sometimes he shoots a broad band.
You should have been getting behind him then.
The one who doesn't argue to understand, but to win.
Don't know the attack wind-ups yet.
Okay, watch me.
Watching Yahtzee and Gabe is like watching that exact dynamic unfold, only with better vocabulary, sharper timing, and thousands of strangers politely spectating as two men edged ever closer to mutually throttling each other.
Again, I've explained this and you just don't listen.
I did fucking listen! I know what you mean!
No, you don't.
I know exactly what you mean!
Then how
you
are
were
you confused?
equating... Because you're fucking mad! You're a fucking madman!
And yet, it never felt fake. And that's the key thing. This wasn't manufactured conflict. There was no performative outrage, no algorithm-friendly screaming. It was real irritation.
Yeah, Dark Souls pretty much blatantly ripped off Hexen.
Did you cough into the mic again? I keep telling you not to do that.
Real disagreement, and real chemistry doing most of the heavy lifting. To the world, Yahtzee was the fast-talking critic from Zero Punctuation. But Let's Drown Out was a complete departure. It was a stripped-back look at his personal chemistry with Gabriel Morton, his best friend. While the going was good.
This is how Yahtzee walks after he's gotten laid. I've seen it. It's depressingly accurate.
I'm certainly very raw.
They were two very different people trapped together in a Brisbane summer that never seemed to end. They were both intellectuals, but they approached the world from entirely different angles. Gabe was the musing, philosophical one, prone to wandering down conceptual paths.
No, I am an egotist. I maintain everybody should be an egotist because you are the window through which the universe fucking occurs. I think a little more egotism, you'd understand yourself a bit better.
While Yahtzee was far more poignant and direct in his views.
Why do you keep saying mansplaining?
Because it's the perfect word. It's like assuming that someone thinks something because they haven't thought it through properly, so you just have to explain it to them harder.
Well, we just went through this. You don't watch... Do you watch a lot of cult cinema?
I watch cinema.
All right, see, that's... now you're like man-voiding the, you know, the question.
I think we're getting away from the man purpose of these videos.
It was a classic immovable object meets irresistible force scenario, where Gabe's more abstract style would go on to increasingly exacerbate Yahtzee's need for Gabe to just shut the hell up and get on with it.
That was
Ask
using
another
20
question.
words where 3 would have done.
You suck tits.
And because they did the show without a script, the series felt incredibly intimate. On a good day, they would prod each other with funny jabs.
What's your New Year's resolution, Gabe?
I am going to learn to play the piano. Fuck you. Why is that a thing to laugh at?
I'm sorry, you know when people, excuse my merriment, but you know when people talk about having the hands of a concert pianist?
Yeah.
You do not have the hands of a concert pianist.
Well, I'm not gonna be I'm not trying to... See, this is the thing. I'm
You
not doing
have
it...
the hands of someone who's stapled 4 Twixes to a burger patty.
Muse over high-level concepts.
How the hell did you try to take a pee and it shot into your eye? How exactly were you angled at this point?
Well, it wasn't an angle issue. It's a post-sex pee. It can be chaotic.
You're supposed to let it go down first.
Well, no, it wasn't erect. It was like I'm not getting into the details of it because it's starting to get like
I'm not sure
it's starting to get squidgy.
I'm just not seeing how the wee gets into your eye from down there. If you're trying
I'll
to point
explain
it,
it when you're older.
Unless someone's like taking an axe to your bell end at some point in the past.
Or share stories when growing up.
We used to play fun games where we'd pretend we were like space adventurers or shit like that. But then all my friends got into WWF, specifically collecting the stickers of WWF, and suddenly there were no more spaceships, Gabe. Everyone would stand around the little huddles with little decks of stickers going, got, need. I had to befriend a dinner lady.
It was a sort of free-form anything-goes chat that only truly close friends can have. This level of authenticity, the sense that you were sitting in the room with them, is exactly what made the show so great. However, over the many years of the series, just chatting about anything, the cracks started to appear, and the friction started to show.
Control of a human being.
You do not want to accept fault, do you? That is just...
I literally, I
your
do
whole
all the
thing.
time. I say things all the time like, I'm shit at maths.
One of the best, and by best I mean most hysterically funny moments, happened during the Smash TV episode. It was a total breakdown over the definition of Game of the Year.
I don't know what you're getting at here. Of course, Game of the Year means what your favourite game was that year.
No, it doesn't. It's like the difference between what your favorite movie was of the year and what won the Oscar.
I feel like I'm in hell.
So do I. I'm having to explain something really fucking simple to you.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yahtzee asked a simple question, but Gabe completely misinterpreted what he was getting at, and true to form, refused to back down.
This is something entirely created in your mind.
No, it isn't. Game of the Year and what your favorite game is are different things.
Yahtzee took this as a personal insult on the English language, essentially screaming that Game of the Year means, wait for it, the best game released in that year.
I'm just your Game of the Year and what your favourite game was that year are two different things. That is a sentence that came out of your mouth. I'm going to write that down, and I want you to read that and try to figure out why I think you're fucking nuts.
You could hear the spits hitting the microphone as Yahtzee's brain short-circuited over Gabe's refusal to see the question his way.
Because it was in the structure of a discussion of what was described as an objective game of the year. Okay, that's a simple answer. That's a really simple. Those are words you can understand.
And in your mind, this is just me being stupid, isn't it?
Well, it is you being stupid. It is you being stupid. You don't understand a simple thing. How the frame of the conversation affects how we were talking, what we were discussing precisely. There's different.
Let's just move on.
The follow-up chat in the final fight episode was the cherry on top. Gabe tried to double down, defending his position with a mountain of philosophical waffle to justify why he hadn't actually been wrong in the first place.
Well, I think Game of the Year is a flawed concept to begin with.
There you go again.
Yeah, because it's part of my fucking answer. Fuck you. This isn't like trial. You're not allowed to go yes or no.
This is not a Newsnight interview. You are not Michael Howard.
I don't know who that is. That's a British reference.
All right.
Yahtzee, still clearly wounded by the logic, could only sit there and try to dismantle the Waffle.
Well, just say the name of a game that was your favourite game this year.
I'd go, there's basically 3 that
No, stop. I'm gonna have to stop you there. Say the next thing that comes out of your mouth is the name of a game. Go. That was not the name of a game, that was an inward
A
sigh.
masterclass in two men refusing to give an inch, even when the argument has moved past the point of sanity.
Say the name of a game.
Wasn't something that came out of my mouth, it went in, you motherfucker.
You're analysing again. Say the name of a...
Yes!
Shut up. Name of game now.
Tomb Raider.
Okay.
Eventually, the friction moved past pedantics and started getting personal. Take the Chulip episode. Mid-recording, Gabe is actually trying to coordinate the return of a lost phone he found.
Okay, so I'm guessing while I was gone, Yahtzee, about as pleasant as shit on your face, Croshaw, was doing his whole big routine about how finding a Galaxy S5 and going to the effort of giving it back to the person who lost it was somehow a bad thing.
Well, not really. I was mainly just talking...
That's what you were doing when I found it. Yahtzee tried to convince me not to bother.
Well...
Think about that for a second.
Now, to most it's a nice gesture, but to Yahtzee, it seemed to be a baffling, inefficient waste of life.
There we go. There we go. I wanted to get a Galaxy S5 back to its owner, who seemed very happy on getting it back, I might add. And Yahtzee, of course, mainly, but not because of any other reason, but it was my idea. Anything that I come up with, Yahtzee just has to shit on because he's got some sad need to call out everything I do to the point where handing a phone back to the person who lost it is a bad thing.
Are you just gonna self-aggrandize for the next 10 minutes?
I'm not self-aggrandizing.
Oh,
I'm
it
making
sounds
fun
a lot...
of you being a dickhead.
Well, you seem to be doing that mainly by self-aggrandizing from what I'm hearing there.
You're a dickhead.
And you're a self-aggrandizing twat.
You're a sad, negative little man.
And you're a fucking idiot. Do you still hear from Gabe? Not really. We lead different lives now. We've parted ways. He does his thing, I do mine.
Mr. Sadface's name was reflective of the answer.
Our relationship was like ships passing in the night.
There you go. It's beautiful.
In 2017, the ritual finally ended. Yahtzee moved to the US and the miles between them did what the arguments never quite could. It's closed the book. There were no grand montages or tearful retrospectives. The final episodes felt like a quiet, honest way to wrap things up. For the final show, they rather fittingly played Portal 2 together.
And this will be the last thing on Let's Drown Out. I'm splitting it into 2 episodes, but this will be our last recording session.
Forever and
A
ever.
game entirely about cooperation and logic, the two things they had spent years struggling to find common ground on. It was a low-key exit for a show that never tried to be anything more than it was. There were no grand montages or sentimentality. Nope, just 2 guys and a microphone signing off.
I think I know the best way to end this video. I'm going to sing a song that will get stuck in your head. And
Can I pee while you're doing it?
And then you will remember it. Now you have to join in. Because then we...
I don't know the lyrics. How am I
Well,
supposed
I'll start singing and then you'll join in as the repetitions go through.
Okay.
I'm Henry the Eighth, I am. Henry the Eighth, I am. I got married to the widow next door.
Looking back, Let's Drown Out was a product of its time, a moment before the online space became a desperate arms race for attention. It showed us that a genuine bond isn't built on agreeing with someone, it's built on being able to tell them they're a pedantic git and still showing up the next week to do it all over again. Today, there are millions of polished podcasts and high-production talk shows, but Let's Drown Out still feels unique. It was a study of a real friendship, flaws, irritations and all. It was a great ride while it lasted, and for those of us who were there, the silence it left behind still feels a little too quiet.
I'm Henry the Eighth. I'm Henry the Eighth, I am. Henry the Eighth, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone was an Henry. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm her 8th old man, I'm Henry. Henry the Eighth, I am.
Okay.
You got it now?
No. I'm tired, man. I guess let's just wrap it up on that.
Clearly, you need another. I'm Henry VIII. I am Henry VIII. I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone was an
Henry VIII.
She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a great old man named Henry. Henry VIII. I am.
Check out my new column in PC World magazine. No. Getting the most from your modem.
Just make the sound like you're dying, and that will be the last thing they ever hear. I'm Henry VIII. I am Henry VIII. I am.
Now I'm in my bizarre. I'm enjoying this as an anti-art.
She's been married 7 times before, and everyone was in Henry. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a great old man named Henry. Henry VIII. I am.
Woo!
What was that?
So long, everybody.
Well, since he's made a noise, that wasn't a decisive conclusion anymore. I'm Henry VIII. I am Henry VIII. I am. I fucked it up.
You fucking spaz. Alright, that's it. Over. Done.
Bye.